Eric, the Rock Club out here. We out here walking San Francisco's. We could be driving around the street, but we are walking, right? We're drinking my Path water, my reusable container. That yes, it's been refueled because you can see that it's been dinged up. This is Path water. This is actually really good water. I actually really highly recommend Path water. They are very eco-friendly company. They make the best water. Also recyclable and reusable metal containers that only cost $1, and they are designed to be reused and also recycled since they're not made out of plastic. They're made out of aluminum, which is a easily be recycled material. Um, so what's funny because even in spite of me take this electric bus they have because the San Francisco buses run on electricity and using public transportation, using my own feet. I still get these comments. Like, "Oh, yeah, you're a hypocrite. I don't see you walking." And I'm well, I'm like literally walking down the street and taking a bus, literally on the video itself. Literally, it's like, yeah. And I'm not saying that like, I'm not trying this whole thing I'm doing and not to tell people to stop driving their gasoline cars, which eventually we will be. But the thing is, it just change of where we are putting our money is and where we're investing our money. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to tell people, oh, you can't drive your gasoline cars because right now that's the only. Yes, I understand that's the only option that we have is to drive our gasoline vehicles. But the thing is, we started reinvesting our money into other sustainable technology. Then maybe we have other options. Right now it's the only option. But maybe in the future we have other options. People don't realize that. Like, people think that I'm not some type of, and that's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to say, eventually, if we do reinvest our money in the other greener technology, then we will have our options. Right now, the war is addicted to fossil fuel. Right now, the war is running on oil, running on fossil fuel, but in order to break the cycle, we got to start. First, got to start with reinvesting our money into green technologies, and not supporting companies that are like banks that are investing their money in oil companies that are clearly not going to make it in the long run. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, if you still have a gasoline vehicle car, maybe consider converting it to run on ethanol. I mean, yeah, I know it's probably not as good for the environment as probably walking is, but I'm not saying that, that we all have to walk. Like we always want to be to one extreme to the other. And I'm not saying, it's baby steps. It's all about baby steps. So, and it's so hilarious. Like, it's so hilarious that we got the comments trying to say something about, something I'm doing that is hypocritical or whatever. Because I don't know, maybe they guys watch some other YouTubers that are hypocritical. They think that because I have, I'm a guy that have long hair. I seen some other YouTubers that got kicked off of YouTube for trolling people that have long hair. But I'm not trying to troll nobody. I'm not trying to create issue. I mean, yeah, man, I understand, I'm still human and I still make mistakes. But we try to fix some mistakes. But it's still hilarious that we get these people that completely lying about, me. Completely like, oh, you drinking Mountain Dew out of plastic bottles and you driving a car around in town. And I'm like, yeah, well, I was taking a bus and I was drinking out a reusable water container. I don't know what the hell are you guys talking about. Yeah, and because You know, yeah, I have done that in the past. I drove around, but you know what? That's why it's great to be in a big city where you have an option of walking and taking a bus. And that's why a lot of people go to the big city. But you know, it's crazy though, living in a big city, walking around with the police and home boats and crazy people in the city, man. It's like crazy. Look at this damn city. They got the cops and the people, and you know. But I walked down here and I took the bus. So and this is in the mission. So yeah. Well, I don't know what's wrong with my notifications today, but it's okay. A lot of people are not perfect, you know, and I want to see all the people on there that is talking crap about me. Are they doing anything to try to help the planet? Are you guys doing anything to try to help the planet? As far as I can tell, is that all you guys are doing is sitting back on your computer screen and just pointing fingers at everybody else. But you're not really looking at yourself. You know, when you're pointing some fingers at somebody else, you get 3 more pointing back at you. You know, so let's stop the hate and let's try to work together to make the world a better place. Come on, people. Let's stop the hate. You know? You know, because it's just ridiculous, literally. You know, so you know, like look at all the problems that we face in the world today. Like look at the amount of poverty that we are facing in the world today, and the mental illness that we're facing in the world today, the amount of everything else that we are facing in the world today. We you know, look at all this. This is the Capitol building right here in front of the Capitol building. Look at all these people just crying for help. Crying for help right here. There's all these people in every city in America. There's people out here crying for help. Right here, and literally right in front of the Capitol building. Right here, thousands of people out here crying for help with their mental illness and everything else. You know, and this is the pandemic that we are living in, people. You know. You think there's some type of disease that is a pandemic in the world? No, the real pandemic is ourselves and our own, what we doing to our people. We throwing our people with mental illness out on the street, and they out here dying on the street. You know, literally right downtown, right in front of our Capitol buildings. They out here. They might as well be out here protesting. You know, and then nobody listen to them, and nobody hearing them, and nobody cares about what they have to say. They don't care about them or their well-being. These are all the forgotten people of this planet. You know? These people are forgotten. Yeah. These people are forgotten. You know? This is you know, look at all the, you know, we need to come together and try to figure out what we're going to do to solve these problems. I have no idea. But it doesn't start by pointing fingers at one another. We got to try to figure out what we got to do. Some way, somehow, we need to heal people. You know? Right now we have, you know, right now the people in Saudi Arabia and people in other countries, right, are using solar panels against us. Right now they are over there in Saudi Arabia using the solar panels against us. They're figuring out how to get green technology, and they're building up the solar panels, and they're using those solar panels against us. They're growing the farms, they're growing the poppies, they're growing the heroin, using our very own solar technology to do it. right? And that way they grow. They at that expeditious rate they are growing the drugs and they're bringing it into this country at an expeditious rate, and then they causing the biggest epidemic of ever because of this. So, you know, this is a, you know, and you know, it's crazy out here. The city is crazy. It's just, you know, is this, so me with my little sign, maybe I'm not doing anything. Because I guarantee that I'm not, this is not the only sign down here calling for help. So, but the only way I'm going to be able to do anything, if I got your back and your assistance, by liking these videos and sharing them. That's the only way things are ever going to change, if we work together.
Yeah, right there. The liquor store.
Yeah. It's crazy out here. Alright, well. Yeah. I understand. It's not the drugs are the problem. Whatever inside of people's minds cause people to turn to it. Because people don't realize, the people don't realize that the mentally sane people don't abuse drugs. Because if you're mentally sane, if you have your head together, if you have your head together, you're not going to turn to those substances and abuse them. You know? You're not going to be controlled by those substances. You know? The problem is that society is broken. And because of broken society, they break the people. And the broken people turn to those substances to try to feel a little bit of, so, you know, to try to cope with their own illness that they suffer from. And it's sad. It's really sad. You know? The oppression turns into depression. Depression turns into addiction. You know? And then we go out depression because we have a baggage, and whatever the baggage, and we put things in the bag, and the things of the pain that the people for you, but constantly people pushing you down, and you can't get up, and you're taking out and trying to pay slowly that thing in, and people want to push each other's fingers and stuff, and hurt each other, and bully each other. And they may read that, the biggest people that are the biggest bullies, the people that have been bullied the most themselves. And so the fact that in order to cope with the bullies, they have to cope with themselves. And we gotta, these people are victims, and now they are now the victims become, but then they seek to be the, turn it the other way. Now the bully, the victim becomes the bully becomes the victim, and then they trade places, because that's the only way they know how to get a little bit of power. By being not switching that thing, being the one that caused the pain instead of the one feeling the pain. if they're the one causing the pain, maybe they won't feel the pain so much. Yeah. So, and maybe that it might say the one that maybe then they have power then. So we're gonna get off here. I said, what did it say?
Saving away at a 9 to 5 and spending most of the time chasing a corrupt money makes people depressed.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, I don't know what to do. I don't know the answer to all the problems. I wish I did. There's a lot of problems out here, and hopefully, if I get a big enough following and a big enough help, maybe I could try to solve some of the problems in this world. Because they're definitely more than I can deal with. So, well, yeah, we should do the 3-day market again. Definitely. All right.